Confidence is not something that can be bought, borrowed, or faked. It is something that must be nurtured from within. It's the quiet strength that allows you to face challenges head-on. The self-assuredness that empowers you to speak your truth without fear. And the inner peace that enables you to walk through life with purpose and grace. Confidence isn't about perfection, but about embracing who you truly are, flaws and all. When you radiate confidence through your actions, words, and presence, you are sending a powerful message to the world. I know my worth, and I stand firm in it. Today, I want to explore how you can cultivate and embody this confidence in every aspect of your life, and how, by doing so, you can not only transform your own experience, but also inspire those around you to embrace their own power. Knowing your worth is not just a catchy phrase or an empty mantra. It's a foundational truth that should guide every decision you make in life, especially in love. When you truly know your worth, you begin to see yourself not through the lens of what others think or say about you, but through the clarity of your own self-awareness. You recognize the value you bring to the table, your kindness, your intelligence, your loyalty, your strength. You see the beauty in your unique journey, the lessons you've learned, the scars you've earned, and the way all of it has shaped you into the person you are today. But here's the challenge. Knowing your worth also means you must protect it. It means refusing to settle for breadcrumbs when you deserve the whole feast. It means walking away from situations, relationships, and even opportunities that don't honor the incredible person you are. This isn't about arrogance or entitlement. It's about respect for yourself and for the life you're building. When you settle for less than you deserve, you send a message to yourself and to the world that you're willing to accept mediocrity, that you're okay with being treated as an afterthought or an option. And over time, this begins to chip away at your sense of self-worth. You start doubting yourself, questioning whether you're asking for too much or expecting something unattainable. But let me tell you this, wanting to be loved, respected, and valued is never too much. It's the bare minimum. Knowing your worth requires courage because it often means making difficult choices. It means saying no to people who don't see your value. It means setting boundaries and being okay if some people can't respect them. It means trusting that even if you have to stand alone for a little while, it's better than being surrounded by people who don't appreciate you. And that's hard, isn't it? Because we're human and we crave connection and belonging. But remember this, the right connections, the ones that truly fulfill you, will never come at the cost of your self-respect. When you know your worth, you no longer seek validation from others. You stop looking for someone to complete you or make you feel whole because you understand that you are already enough. You begin to pour your energy into your own growth and happiness rather than waiting for someone else to give it to you. And the irony is when you carry yourself with that level of confidence and self-respect, you naturally attract people who see your worth too. And let's not forget this, knowing your worth isn't just about relationships with others, it's also about the relationship you have with yourself. How do you talk to yourself when no one else is listening? Do you uplift yourself or are you your harshest critic? Knowing your worth means being kind to yourself, giving yourself grace when you make mistakes, and celebrating your wins, big or small. It means investing in your dreams, prioritizing your well-being, and never putting yourself last on your own list. Don't ever let anyone make you feel like you're asking for too much when all you want is to be treated with love and respect. You are not too much. You are enough, just as you are. And you deserve to be with people who see that without you having to prove it. Knowing your worth means holding on to that truth and never, ever settling for less than what you deserve. Because the moment you do, you'll realize that the life you've always dreamed of, the love, the happiness, the fulfillment, isn't something you have to chase. It's something you'll naturally attract simply because you've decided you're worth it. Embracing your individuality is one of the most profound acts of self-love you can give yourself. It's about understanding that you were not created to blend in, to conform, or to shrink yourself to fit into spaces that were never designed for the fullness of who you are. Every detail about you, the way you think, the way you dream, the way you show up in the world is unique to you. And that uniqueness isn't just a coincidence, it's your superpower. When you embrace your individuality, you're saying to the world, "This is who I am, and I am proud of it." But let's be honest, it's not always easy to stand out or to own the parts of yourself that might feel different. Society often pressures us to fit into molds, to follow trends, or to live up to expectations that don't align with our true selves. From a young age, we're told what's acceptable and what's too much. We're encouraged to be likable, to follow the crowd, and to prioritize what others think of us over what we feel about ourselves. But the truth is, when you spend your life trying to fit in, you lose the magic that sets you apart. And the world needs that magic. There is a kind of freedom that comes with letting your authenticity shine. It's the freedom to express yourself without fear of judgment, to follow your passions without seeking approval, and to make choices that align with your heart, even if they go against the grain. When you allow yourself to be fully seen flaws, quirks, and all, you create deeper, more meaningful connections with others, because people are drawn to authenticity. They can sense when someone is being real, and it inspires them to be real too. Your individuality is where your power lies. Think about the moments in your life when you felt most alive, most at peace, most proud of yourself. Chances are those were moments when you were being true to who you are. Maybe it was a creative project you poured your soul into, a courageous decision you made that felt right even though others didn't understand it, or a time when you spoke your truth even though your voice trembled. Those moments remind you of the beauty of owning your uniqueness. It's also important to understand that your individuality isn't just about what makes you different. It's about how you honor those differences. It's about recognizing that your path doesn't have to look like anyone else's. You don't have to follow the same timeline, achieve the same milestones, or live life the way someone else thinks you should. Your journey is yours to define, and there's no right or wrong way to live it. Embracing your individuality also means letting go of the fear of rejection. Not everyone will understand you, and that's okay. Not everyone will like you, and that's okay too. The goal isn't to be liked by everyone, it's to be loved and accepted by the people who truly see you for who you are. When you show up as your authentic self, the right people will find their way into your life, and the wrong ones will naturally fade away. And here's the beautiful thing. When you live authentically, you give others permission to do the same. You become a light for those who are struggling to find their own voice, their own courage, their own sense of self. Your authenticity creates a ripple effect that encourages others to step into their truth. That's the kind of impact you can have simply by being yourself. Celebrate the things that make you unique. Wear your quirks proudly. Pursue the passions that light you up, even if they seem unconventional. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. And never, ever dull your shine to make others comfortable. Because the world doesn't need another copy of someone else. It needs the one-of-a-kind, unrepeatable masterpiece that is you. Cultivating self-love is not just an act of kindness to yourself, it's a necessity. It's the foundation upon which every relationship in your life is built, and it determines the kind of love, respect, and energy you allow into your world. When you truly love yourself, you set the standard for how others will treat you. You teach people what you will and won't tolerate, and you create a baseline of respect and care that mirrors the way you show up for yourself. Self-love is not selfish, contrary to what society sometimes suggests. It's not about putting yourself above others in an arrogant way. It's about understanding that you cannot pour from an empty cup. You can't give your best to your loved ones, your work, or your dreams if you're constantly neglecting your own needs. Loving yourself means prioritizing your well-being mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. because you understand that you deserve the same care and attention that you so willingly give to others. But let's be real. Self-love doesn't come naturally to everyone. Many of us grow up internalizing messages that we're not good enough, not smart enough, not attractive enough, not successful enough. These messages seep into our minds and create a narrative of self-doubt and self-criticism that can be hard to shake. Loving yourself requires unlearning those harmful beliefs and replacing them with affirmations of your worthiness. It means looking in the mirror and choosing to see beauty and strength instead of flaws. It means silencing the voice in your head that tells you you're not enough and replacing it with one that says, I am enough exactly as I am. When you cultivate self-love, you begin to set healthier boundaries. You no longer feel the need to say yes to everything or to tolerate behavior that doesn't align with your values. You become more selective about who you allow into your space because you understand that not everyone deserves access to your energy. And here's the thing. When you respect yourself enough to set those boundaries, the people who truly care about you will honor them. Those who don't will fall away. And that's okay. It's better to lose people who don't value you than to lose yourself trying to keep them in your life. Loving yourself also means celebrating your wins and being gentle with yourself during your losses. It's about acknowledging that you're human and that perfection is not the goal. There will be days when you feel strong and confident, and there will be days when you feel unsure and vulnerable. Self-love means showing up for yourself on both kinds of days. It's about being your own biggest cheerleader, your own source of comfort, and your own safe haven. One of the most powerful things about self-love is the way it changes your relationships. When you truly love yourself, you stop seeking validation from others because you've already given it to yourself. You don't settle for half-hearted love or relationships that drain you because you know you deserve more. You attract people who respect, cherish, and uplift you because they can see how much you respect, cherish, and uplift yourself. And when you're in a relationship, whether it's romantic, platonic, or familial, you bring a sense of wholeness that strengthens the connection. You're not looking for someone to complete you. You're looking for someone to complement the love and fulfillment you've already created within yourself. Self-love isn't just about grand gestures like spa days or buying yourself gifts, although those can be wonderful acts of care. It's also about the small, consistent choices you make every day to honor yourself. It's about eating nourishing foods because your body deserves it, getting enough rest because your mind needs it, and speaking to yourself with kindness because your soul craves it. It's about forgiving yourself when you make mistakes and reminding yourself that you're worthy of grace. When you cultivate self-love, you radiate a kind of confidence and peace that is magnetic. People can sense when someone knows their worth, and it draws them in. But more importantly, it creates a life where you feel fulfilled, valued, and at peace with who you are. And that above all else is the greatest gift you can give to yourself and to the world. Building a fulfilling life for yourself begins with the understanding that you are the architect of your own happiness. Too often we look to external circumstances, people, or situations to complete us, thinking that our fulfillment depends on everything else falling into place. But the truth is, fulfillment is an inside job. It starts with you, how you feel about yourself, how you nourish your soul, and how you invest in your own growth. The key to living a truly fulfilling life is to prioritize building a foundation that supports you emotionally, spiritually, and financially. These are the pillars that will allow you to stand strong no matter what life throws your way. Emotionally, your first step is to cultivate emotional intelligence and understanding of your own feelings and the ability to navigate them in a healthy way. This means not suppressing your emotions, but instead learning to feel them fully and process them with kindness and compassion toward yourself. Emotional fulfillment comes from knowing yourself deeply, from acknowledging what makes you happy, sad, frustrated, or joyful, and from giving yourself permission to feel those emotions without judgment. It's about giving yourself the space to heal from past hurts, to forgive yourself and others, and to embrace the present moment with a heart open to growth. When you build emotional stability, you create a strong inner foundation that allows you to handle life's challenges with grace and resilience. It's also about surrounding yourself with people who encourage you to be your authentic self, people who lift you up and support your emotional well-being. Spiritually, building a fulfilling life means nurturing your connection with something greater than yourself. Whether it's through religion, meditation, nature, or personal reflection, cultivating spiritual fulfillment brings a sense of purpose and inner peace that cannot be found through external achievements. This spiritual connection helps you stay grounded in moments of uncertainty and reminds you that you are part of something much larger than the daily grind. When you connect with your spiritual side, you develop a deeper understanding of your values, your purpose, and your relationship to the world around you. You begin to live with intention, guided by the wisdom that comes from within. The spiritual foundation allows you to tap into an unwavering source of strength, compassion, and clarity. It's where you find the courage to face difficult decisions, to embrace your journey, and to trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Spiritual fulfillment also brings a sense of peace in knowing that no matter what happens, you are never truly alone. You are always connected to the infinite energy that flows through all of us. Financially, building a fulfilling life is about taking control of your financial future and creating the security you need to live life on your terms. This doesn't mean you have to be a millionaire, but it does mean you need to build a solid foundation that gives you the freedom to make choices based on what aligns with your values, not out of necessity or fear. Financial fulfillment comes from understanding the importance of budgeting, saving, and investing in yourself and your future. It's about being responsible with your money, but also being wise enough to enjoy the fruits of your labor. When you are financially stable, you have the freedom to live without constant worry, to travel, to pursue your passions, and to create experiences that bring joy and fulfillment to your life. Financial security also gives you the peace of mind to focus on the things that truly matter, rather than stressing about your next paycheck. It enables you to give back, to invest in your dreams, and to live with a sense of abundance, knowing that the universe supports you in your endeavors. When you build a fulfilling life, emotionally, spiritually, and financially, you create a sense of balance and harmony that allows you to show up fully for yourself and others. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about intentionally creating a life that aligns with who you are at your core, not who you think you should be based on someone else's expectations. And while you will certainly face setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt along the way, when you have built these foundational pillars, you will have the strength to weather any storm. The beauty of building a fulfilling life is that it's entirely within your control. You have the power to decide what fulfillment looks like for you, what makes your heart feel alive, and what steps you need to take to get there. You are worthy of a life that nurtures every part of you, your mind, your body, and your spirit. When you focus on building this life for yourself first, you become the best version of yourself. Not because you need to change, but because you are finally stepping into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. This life, built on emotional stability, spiritual connection, and financial freedom, is one that will empower you to live with purpose, passion, and joy. And once you've built that foundation, you'll find that everything else naturally falls into place. Setting boundaries is one of the most important steps you can take toward preserving your emotional and mental well-being. It's about teaching others how to treat you and demonstrating the respect you deserve, not through force or intimidation, but through clarity and consistency. Boundaries are not walls that push people away. Rather, they are lines drawn in the sand that protect your space, your energy, and your peace. When you set boundaries, you are choosing to honor your needs, your feelings, and your values without apology. At the core of setting boundaries is self-awareness. It requires you to take a hard look at what drains you, what depletes your energy, and what crosses the line into disrespect or discomfort. It means recognizing when your time, energy, or emotions are being taken for granted and deciding with clarity that enough is enough. Boundaries are not about being rigid or unkind. They are about creating a healthy balance in your relationships and ensuring that your needs are just as important as anyone else's. A key part of setting boundaries is the ability to say no without guilt. Many of us are conditioned to please others, to say yes even when we're overwhelmed, and to put other people's needs above our own. This often leads to burnout, resentment, and a sense of being undervalued. But when you learn to say no, you take back control over your life. Saying no doesn't mean you don't care. It simply means you are respecting your own limits. It's an act of self-respect, and it sets a clear message that your time and energy are valuable. Sometimes, setting boundaries can feel uncomfortable because it requires confronting your fear of rejection. Many of us fear that if we assert ourselves, we will be seen as rude, selfish, or unworthy of love. We worry that people will walk away or think less of us if we stand firm in our needs. But the truth is, when you set boundaries and command respect, you are not inviting rejection. You are simply making it clear that you are no longer willing to tolerate treatment that doesn't align with your values. And the people who truly respect and care for you will understand and appreciate your boundaries. When you command respect, you are teaching people how to engage with you. You are setting a standard for how you expect to be treated. This is not about demanding perfection from others, but rather about showing them that you will no longer accept behavior that undermines your dignity. It's about recognizing that respect is something you are entitled to and that no one has the right to trample on your emotional or mental space. Respect comes from understanding that you are a person of value, that your time is precious, and that your emotional energy is not something to be taken lightly. Commanding respect also involves being consistent in how you enforce your boundaries. This is where many people struggle because the moment someone challenges your boundaries, you might feel the urge to back down or compromise. However, when you stand firm, you are not only protecting your own well-being, but you are also teaching others how to interact with you in a way that is healthy and respectful. It's easy for people to take advantage of kindness when it's not balanced with clear boundaries. By being consistent, you show that your boundaries are non-negotiable, and you establish the tone for all of your relationships. Another aspect of setting boundaries and commanding respect is not feeling the need to explain yourself endlessly. You are not required to justify why your boundaries are important or to offer detailed reasons for your decisions. A simple, firm no or "I'm not comfortable with that" is enough. The right people will respect your choices without demanding an explanation because they understand that your boundaries are a reflection of your self-worth. The people who truly value you will not take offense when you assert your needs. They will support and appreciate your honesty. There is a freedom that comes with setting boundaries and commanding respect without fear of rejection. You no longer feel like you have to prove your worth to anyone. You stop seeking validation from others because you know deep down that your worth is inherent. And when you command respect, you create relationships that are based on mutual understanding and appreciation. These relationships are healthier, more balanced, and more fulfilling because they are built on a foundation of respect for each other's boundaries and needs. Letting go of the fear of rejection is a powerful act of self-love. It means recognizing that you are worthy of love and respect just as you are. When you stop fearing rejection, you free yourself from the need to please others at your own expense. You become more confident in your decisions and more secure in your ability to navigate relationships with integrity and self-respect. And in doing so, you attract people who appreciate you for the person you truly are, someone who knows their worth and refuses to settle for anything less than the respect they deserve. Radiating confidence is one of the most magnetic qualities you can possess, and it's something that can be cultivated through your actions, words, and presence. True confidence isn't about arrogance or putting others down to lift yourself up. It's about owning who you are and trusting in your abilities, regardless of external circumstances or opinions. Confidence comes from within and it shines outward, affecting not just how you view yourself, but how others see you as well. When you learn to radiate confidence, you create an energy around you that attracts success, opportunity, and meaningful connections. Confidence starts with how you carry yourself in the world. Your posture, your body language, the way you enter a room, all of these things send subtle yet powerful signals to others about your sense of self-worth. When you stand tall, shoulders back and head held high, you are communicating not just to the people around you, but to yourself that you are worthy of being seen, heard, and valued. People often underestimate the power of body language. But the truth is that how you physically present yourself can shape how you feel on the inside. A confident posture doesn't just make you appear more self-assured, it can actually make you feel more confident. When you walk with purpose, you project strength and determination. When you make eye contact, you assert your presence and show that you are engaged and fully in the moment. The way you speak also plays a huge role in how you radiate confidence. The words you use can either elevate or diminish your sense of self. Confident individuals speak clearly and with conviction. They do not apologize for their thoughts or opinions, but instead express them with assertiveness and clarity. Confidence in your words means speaking without hesitation, without over-apologizing, and without excessive qualifiers like "I think" or "I'm not sure," which can weaken the strength of your message. When you speak with certainty, you invite others to listen and take your words seriously. But confidence in your words also means speaking with kindness and respect for others. It's about finding the balance between expressing your own views with assertiveness while remaining open to listening and learning from others. It's important to recognize that true confidence doesn't need to dominate conversations. It can be just as powerful in the moments when you are quiet, listening, and allowing others the space to speak. Your presence is the third component of radiating confidence, and it's perhaps the most intangible yet powerful aspect. When you walk into a room, you carry with you an energy that can either lift the space or drain it. Confident people have an ability to make others feel at ease without needing to say much at all. They are grounded in who they are, and their presence speaks volumes. This doesn't mean you need to be the loudest or most outspoken person in the room. In fact, sometimes the most confident people are the ones who remain calm, composed, and self-assured, letting their actions and demeanor do the talking. A confident person knows that they don't need to seek attention or validation. They simply show up as themselves. And that authenticity is what draws people in. When you are present in the moment, not preoccupied with insecurities or self-doubt, you exude a sense of peace and assurance that others can feel. Confidence is also reflected in how you make decisions and take action. It's about trusting yourself enough to make choices based on what aligns with your values, even when there are risks or uncertainties involved. People who radiate confidence take responsibility for their decisions and stand by them, knowing that every choice, whether it leads to success or failure, is an opportunity for growth. Confidence is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it. When you take bold action and follow through with your plans, you show not only others but also yourself that you are capable and resourceful. It's in these moments of decision and action that your inner confidence is most clearly demonstrated. Radiating confidence also involves cultivating a mindset that is rooted in self-belief. It's about developing the inner dialogue that supports your potential, rather than focusing on your shortcomings. Confident individuals know that they are not perfect, but they embrace their imperfections as part of what makes them unique and valuable. They understand that setbacks and mistakes are not reflections of their worth, but opportunities to learn and evolve. Confidence comes from a deep understanding that you are enough just as you are, and that you have the power to shape your future through your choices and actions. It's about letting go of self-criticism and replacing it with self-compassion. When you learn to speak to yourself with kindness, to celebrate your achievements, and to uplift yourself during tough times, you are cultivating a mindset that radiates outward. One of the most beautiful aspects of confidence is that it is contagious. When you radiate confidence, you inspire others to do the same. Your energy creates a ripple effect that encourages people around you to step into their own power and embrace their own self-worth. Confidence doesn't diminish. Others lifts them up. And when you surround yourself with others who are confident in themselves, the collective energy becomes even more powerful. This is why confidence is such a key element in building meaningful relationships, both personally and professionally. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate confidence because it creates a sense of trust, respect, and admiration. Radiating confidence doesn't mean you have to be perfect or have all the answers. It means you are willing to show up as your authentic self, unapologetically and fearlessly. It means trusting that you have everything you need within you to navigate the challenges that come your way. Confidence is an ongoing journey, one that requires self-awareness, self-acceptance, and a deep belief in your worth. But when you embrace it, when you embody it in your actions, words, and presence, you unlock the power to transform your life and inspire those around you. In the end, radiating confidence isn't just about how you present yourself to the world. It's about how you see and honor yourself from within. When you cultivate confidence through your actions, words, and presence, you create a life that aligns with your true potential. It's about standing firm in who you are, trusting your abilities, and embracing your imperfections with grace. Confidence allows you to take risks, make decisions with conviction, and show up authentically in every space you enter. It's the foundation for building meaningful relationships, attracting opportunities, and creating the life you deserve. By stepping into your power and living with self-assurance, you not only change your own life, but also inspire others to do the same. Confidence isn't something you acquire, it's something you embody every single day.